This video is for task 2.3 and it's the first video for this task, so make sure that title's at the top of your notes. And we are going to answer the question, what is an intercept for x and y? We're going to go ahead and we are going to look at one graph and look at the x and y intercept to see what they mean for a given situation. Here's a reminder of how your note should be set up. This is going to be video title number 2, and at top here is where you have the task 2.3 written. Like I said before, this is just to reinforce your knowledge of x and y intercepts. So I'm just going to go through the particulars and you can write these notes down. If I was you, I would pause the video, write down these notes, and then begin playing and listening to me go over this information. So an x-intercept is the x-coordinate of any point where a graph intersects the x-axis. There's some great vocabulary there. We have intersects, x-axis, a coordinate. The y-coordinate of this point is always 0. Here, the x-intercept on this graph, and we looked at this graph in class, we know that the x-intercept is 0, which is right here. It represents the time that the diver reaches the surface, or when the depth equals to 0. And this is going to be our x-intercept, and it's on the x-axis. So how do you find the x-intercept? Well, we can go ahead and take we'll look at some examples, and that's actually in the next video. But to find the x-intercept in an equation, you just need to let y equal 0. Plug in y to equal 0, and then you can find the x-intercept when looking at a linear equation. A y-intercept is the y-coordinate of any point where a graph intersects the y-axis. The x-coordinate of this point is always 0. So how do you find the y-intercept? Well, if you let x equal to 0 in an equation, then you can find a y-intercept. And here we have that same graph, and up here we knew that this was the x-intercept. And since this is the y-axis, this point is the y-intercept. And for the situation with the diver, the y-intercept is negative 120. It represents the diver's elevation at the start of the ascent, or when time equals to 0. So when it's at the bottom, and this shows the distance it takes and the amount of time it takes to rise to the very top. In the next video, we'll actually look at linear equations and find the x and y intercept.